of Bunge Towers began in 2010 and has taken 14 years to be completed with initial budget of 5.8 billion Kenyan shillings or 580 US dollars that has been pegged on the project, then later revised to 7.1 billion Kenyan shillings, with financial claims attracting 1.1 billion and over 225 million in interest over delayed payments, among other unknown variations. Hence, the total amount up to now from 5.89 billion has shot to 9.8 billion Kenya shillings. And mark you, there is no evidence of variation of 25% as provided by Public Finance Management Act, where it demands that if you have to vary a project, you vary within 25%. Considering 5.8 billion to 9.6 billion, you can imagine that total difference. Parliamentary Service Commission should be taken to task to explain the mystery of billions surrounding the construction of Bunge Towers, which has been moving. Both the PAC members that were there before from 2010 should and must explain this mystery, which has been moving target and has taken all the years to be completed. It should also be noted that despite the relocations currently taking place, several construction works in some of the floors are still ongoing or others visibly included, like the gym, the kitchen, and the other day the delegation from the administrative arm of the parliament visited and the lifts did not work. And some of the offices don't have windows. And members of parliament might end up getting a disease called kwashiorkor, or is it jaundice, when you don't expose yourself to light. And there is a lot of functionality. If you see members of parliament are not willing to move from KICC, which is dirty and does not have lighting, and toilets are smelling, they don't want to move to a new building, there is a problem because they cannot see the sun, there is no windows, there is no, and you know, the administration of parliament has not even taken interest to take Kenyans, because this is a government, a public institution, to take Kenyans to visit and be able to see that building, even inviting media to do a tour within the building so that Kenyans can be satisfied. And I think it is very important. It is interesting when we compare Bunge Towers with Central Bank Pension Scheme Tower, that is a few meters from the building, that took not less than 3.5 years to be completed. It is a 27-story or 27 floors, an ultra-modern building that costed 2.4 billion. This is Central Bank Pension, and you can see it from where we are in Bunge. It took only 2.49 billion, and it's ultra-modern. This of Bunge has taken 9.6 billion, and is not even ultra-modern, contrary, which was opened in May 2022, and therefore compared to Bunge Towers, we use over extra 6 billion. So 2.4 or 2.49 billion we are using. So we should be constructing around 3 new 27-story buildings with what we are doing with 1-story building of Bunge Towers. We hereby, even as the relocation of members go on, the following information by Parliamentary Service Commission on Bunge Towers. And you know, I want to be honest, we are parliament. Most of our work we do oversight. We oversight the national executive, we oversight counties, we oversight other government independent institutions. How can we be the one violating the law or not being transparent? Yet we are the ones who do normally oversight. They say in equity, who comes to equity must come with clean hands. How can we oversight other institutions when we are violating the law? For example, the PAC has not provided the following: certificate of completion. That's why I say it is complete. They have never provided an evidence. Certificate of occupation from Public Works and Ministry of Health. It has not been provided. How we are putting members and staff at risk if that building collapses today. God forbid, what happens? The agency concerned, like Public Works or Public Health, will say they never approve the usage of building. So we need to see certificate of occupation, and it's not much we're asking. Certification by Public Health to assess the usefulness, the ventilation, the aeration, even the standards of the paint that we used. And then number 4, explain the amount of pending works. It's good to be transparent and honest. How far are we? Who is still owing? In fact, the contractor has not handed officially the key to that building. So it means one day, if he's not paid, he can lock up the entire Bunge Towers building and auction to reclaim the land. You remember the decision by Professor Nixon Sifuna, the judge. He said, if a government institution fails to pay you your pending bills, you have a right to go and auction to recover your. So one day, members of parliament might be in office, the contractor might come, lock it down, and auction plus members of parliament plus the entire building to reclaim the amount. And finally, provide the total pending bills yet to be paid. How much have we paid? How much has we paid? That is it too much? And that is why I've insisted that normally, because I'm the vice chairperson of county public accounts, even in an ECD classroom, we normally ask the governor and counties to provide these things: certificate of completion, certificate of handing over from public works and relevant agencies, certificate of occupation for public health. All these documents have never been provided for. So in fact, it is not safe for members of parliament to occupy those offices, and even secretariat, and even anybody who is providing any support within the building.